Hello and good evening. 59 days until I run the entire length of Germany. Welcome back. Um, right. I'm going to begin by saying that the feedback so far to these episodes has been fantastic. A little mind-blowing even, because it's especially people whom I don't even know personally, who are taking time out of their day to write me long, elaborate messages on how this is beneficial to them, helpful to them, enjoyable to them. Fuck, thank you. Um, I'm feeling very good. Um, there's not much I wish to say today. I want to go to bed. But I will discuss briefly how I plan on changing a few things moving forward in preparation for the big run. As of right now, I don't have even nearly enough money to make this run happen. Allow me to explain. My goal is to run the entire length of the country and then back up. So I'm running north, the most northern tip of Germany. I'm going to run down to the most southern tip of Germany, and I'm going to run back up to the city of Regensburg. I will arrive in Regensburg on the 61st day, which will be August 30th. That's a Friday. If you want to show up, I'd love to see you. But that's the route, basically. Now, technically speaking, I could run on my own with some small essential pack and maybe a tent or something and just do it on my own. But I have a very clear vision of how I want to do this. I want an adventure, and I want to have people whom I cherish and respect and appreciate there with me. And I want to make this a documentary film. There's a story I want to tell about the correlation between ultra endurance and the overcoming of trauma. I think they go hand in hand quite nicely. Homelessness and alcoholism are two topics that are very intimate to me. I've been homeless, and my family has struggled with alcoholism, so I know the ins and outs of both realities quite well. That being said, for me to run across Germany with a camera team who will be documenting every single day with me, generating content, a documentary film, pictures, all that good stuff, you can imagine we need a lot of camera equipment. We need a van to transport all of us and the equipment in. With more people come more expenses, such as food and all that good stuff. So all of a sudden, this becomes a very costly experience, because to rent a camper van for 4 people for 70-ish days is a violent shitload of money, which I do not have. So we've launched a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, I think the website is called, to make the run happen in its entirety and to cover all expenses. And I'm talking every single expense you could think. Everything. I would need approximately 35,000 euro to cover the salaries of the team, to cover food, to cover the van, to cover equipment, to cover running equipment. A lot of money. My hope, our hope as a team, was that we can convince and persuade companies to partake in the mission by sponsoring us in exchange for clips on the internet and advertisement and such. The issue is, I don't have a large following. I've never in my life been keen on having a large following on social media, and must say that the only aspect of this entire project that I'm not passionately behind is the self-advertising for followers. But I learned a valuable lesson today. with the help of a perspective change, a shift, perspective shift. I can either approach this and try to generate content, reels and TikToks and whatever, in the pursuit of garnering an audience with the thought of, I don't like this, I'm against this, I'm doing this because I have to. Or, and this is the way I'm going to approach it as of now, firstly, this is now just part of the job. I have a job to do, which essentially is the role of a CEO in the function of Project 61. So it is my responsibility to make sure that I can somehow find a van that I can pay off, and somehow pay my camera team, and somehow cover this and that and this. That is now all of my obligation. And the second it becomes obligation, how I feel towards it is completely irrelevant. Completely. I want to be the man who does because he must, and doesn't let I don't want to get in the way. I'm getting pretty good at it, I have to say. So companies look at me and they go, this is super interesting and we're very keen, but you have 600 followers on Instagram and 30 on TikTok. So there's little point for us to be doing this. So I have 60-ish days to develop some sort of following on the socials. And the goal now is not to get 35 grand. The goal now is to find a way to get enough money for the van, which I'm thinking is around 8K, 8 grand, 8,000 euro. I think if I can find a way to get a van, the team and I will be confident in going into the project because we all know our capacity. Like, we know how good we are in what we do. I know I'm going to run the 61 marathons. That is an indisputable truth. If I break a leg, I'm going to find crutches. I'm going to fixate my leg somehow, and I will finish the fucking project on crutches. If I can't do it on crutches, I will find a wheelchair. If I can't find a wheelchair, I swear on my beloved testicles, I will fucking crawl. I do not care. I'm finishing the 61 marathons in 61 days, one way or another. And I know that Florence, who is going to be the director of the documentary film and the chef, basically the head of the camera team, as lovely and giddy and joyful as she is, she's a fucking beast. She's a badass. I've seen her work. I know what she's like when she's after something. And it's a beautiful thing to see. I love watching passionate people. I love passion. I do. I fucking love passion. And so that's the goal now. The goal is to garner enough money to finance the van. So I have a crowdfunding page. The campaign is, there's a website. I'm going to start adding the link into the description of these videos. I'm saying this not because I want you who are watching to donate. You are welcome to if you like to. I would be very happy and flattered and honored. I really would. I will take any amount you're happy to give, but I would rather have you donate money once I'm running for the charities. That's the goal. This crowdfunding budget is something that I would like to somehow find companies to cover. How I will do that? Simple, very simple. All I need is 1, 2, maybe 3 people who will look me in the eyes and know, yeah, this kid is going to do this, and I'm going to back him. It's all it takes in life. It's all it takes. And I'm doing this. It's going to happen. Like, it's me running 61 marathons in 61 days. If you could put money on it on the internet, I would now highly recommend you would. I really, listen to me. You would make a lot of money. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna start posting reels, and it's strange because I don't want to consider myself like I'm still in this phase of like, I'm not a content creator, blah 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 blah. But that has to go out the window. It has to. This is now part of the job. It's part of the obligation. And if I do this job well, I can also ensure that my camera team has a summer of their lives. This is a summer that if done well, we're going to talk about for the rest of our lives. And that happening is now on my shoulders. For that to happen, I have to deliver now. And listen, I like to have my back against the wall, to be pressed back into the fucking corner of the ring and just fucking plow through. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm looking at, I want to find a way to post 2 reels a day on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. 1 reel a day is going to be me of running or training, saying the monologue that I've been saying in the past 2 reels, day, whatever, of until I run the length of Germany with some details. So that's going to be 1. And the second is going to be like an edited, clipped, perhaps with some sound effects. I'm going to play around with editing, and I'm going to like kind of explain my day. So I'm going to, in that edited reel, I'm going to talk you through what I'm eating, how I'm training, what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling. It's kind of like similar to this, but like digestible for like people with short attention spans, you know. But yeah, I'm going to double down. I'm excited. I'm really fucking excited. Do I know how to do that? No, at all. I don't know at all. But I didn't know how to speak into a camera a few days ago, and I'm becoming a little comfortable now. It's becoming natural. The first episode, I was very tense. It was very late at night, and I was tired. I was tense. But now, you know, it's part of the game. It's part of the obligation. You want to grow? Grow. Like, come on, bro. Like, put the work in. Back yourself. Trust in yourself. Speak to yourself in a manner that backs your best actions. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, man. Harry is a gentleman who was part of the camera team on Project Africa. Project Africa was Ross Cook running the entire length of Africa. And I watched Harry, who was a cameraman on the show, on their project, with Ross in Africa a year ago. And this evening, Harry reposted one of my reels in a story, and I gained like, I don't know, something like 20, 30 followers. Which I don't want to give too much care to the fucking metrics and numbers. I genuinely, I'm not doing it for that reason. But it's an indicator that it's working, that something's working, that I'm getting closer to the project happening, and that is good. That is very good. So life's exciting, man. Opportunities are everywhere, and if you can see it and you have the balls to speak it, it's going to manifest in reality. It has to. It has no choice. It has no choice. If you can envision it, if you can see it, and then you have the courage to speak it with conviction in the exact way that you see it, it's going to manifest in reality. And I'm telling you now, this project is going to happen. If, worst case scenario, I have to run on my own because I didn't have enough money to help the camera crew come with me, I'm getting the 61 marathons done. And I know that whatever you can manage to dream up and find the balls to speak into existence, I know that you have what it takes to make it happen. You know why? Because you're a human fucking being. And human beings are absolutely incredible creatures. So, you know. Well, I'm going to hit the bed. And I'm going to wish everyone here an absolutely amazing night. And for those of you watching during the day, I'm going to wish you a nice day. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. And as always, much love. Take care.